Hi everyone, my name is Amanda, and today I would like to talk to you about guided imagery. So, as a case manager at a family homeless shelter, I'm often talking to parents about how they can promote self-care or any other stress reducing techniques, coping mechanisms, and it's tough because there are so many constraints in their lives. One is financial, so I definitely wanted to make sure um, whatever technique I picked, it would not require any financing or supplies. The second thing is that parents aren't allowed to leave their children unsupervised in the building. So, for instance, it's not like they can just step outside and go for a walk or without their children. It's also difficult once the children are in bed, which would be the best time for them to practice some sort of self-care stress reducing technique. They're in a room with all their children and it's dark, so they can't journal, they can't color. It really kind of limits what they are able to do. So guided imagery really requires nothing but themselves. And so this is why I chose it. I'm sorry. So what is guided imagery? Guided imagery is when we create a place in our mind. So the beach, the mountains, and really we allow our imagination to really make it come alive. And by seeing details. So if you're thinking about the beach, you're thinking about how the sand feels on your toes. You're thinking about what the waves sound like, maybe the children playing nearby you, or maybe there's no children because that would not relax you. The seagulls, you're thinking about the wind that you feel on your skin, or the sun that you feel on your skin. And the idea is this relaxing place is really coming alive. And after 5 or 10 minutes of really allowing yourself to explore this place, your mind will feel relaxed, and therefore your body will follow. So, just a quick example: say you absolutely love burgers, and you've been thinking about your favorite burger for some time. You're thinking about how crisp the lettuce is, and how juicy the tomato is, and your favorite sauce that goes on the burger, and you're thinking about it over and over and over again. Eventually the idea is that you will then therefore become hungry, right? So your body is following your mind. This technique is really useful in helping someone learn how to master their physical response, or the physical response if something triggers the fight or flight feeling. And this is because by doing it over and over every day, you actually learn how to master your mind, and therefore master your body. And in the article that I read by Laura Strum, she argues that this is actually the first thing she always does or teaches a new patient, because in therapy they're constantly being triggered by reliving the trauma, and therefore unless they are able to master that flight or flight response, other interventions won't be as possible, or will continue to be more difficult, right? So imagery. So how you want to do guided imagery is first of all, find a place where you're not going to be distracted, right? And somewhere you can physically be comfortable. So if you want to lay down, you can sit down. Really, it's a place that you want to feel safe, because during this technique, you do want to close your eyes. Okay? So then once you do that, once you close your eyes, you're going to think of a place, and you're just going to let it come alive. So for me, I'm going to think about for me, the rain. The rain is such a calming thing for me. And so what I had thought about when I attempted to do this on my own was as a child playing out in my backyard in a summer rain. Okay? So once we do that, we're going to just let our mind explore. And the best thing to do is to focus on your senses, what you feel, see, hear, touch. Okay? And then from there, and they recommend about 5 to 10 minutes of doing this. So if you're having difficulty, or someone is having feeling having unmotivated or can't find a safe, comforting, relaxing place in their mind, there are audio tapes and like YouTube videos that someone can play that can help kind of guide them through this visualization. So we're going to just do kind of a quick 1 minute, because the recommendation is 5 to 10 minutes every day. We're going to just do this for a quick minute and to kind of show you how it is. So, all right. So I am thinking in my mind about, as a child, my backyard, and it's a summer day, it's raining. I'm thinking about, I see myself running around in the grass, so I feel the grass on my feet, I feel the warmth of the summer day on my skin, but I also feel I feel cool from the rain. I remember having fun. So I smell maybe the cut grass from when my parents just cut the grass. I see my old swing set and my mom's gardens, and everything just looks so lush and alive and green. I see all the flowers. What else am I seeing? My childhood dog who's running around with me. I hear the pitter patter of the rain. I hear maybe some cars going by out front. I hear maybe the laughter of my siblings. What else do and so the one thing I noticed for myself is that when my mind starts to wander, I kind of just acknowledged it, and then we move on from judgment there. Wouldn't judge myself, just continue to move back on. So, I noticed myself getting a little distracted by thinking about my siblings. Okay, great. And so now we're going to move back forward. So now the rain has stopped in my safe place, and I see a rainbow, and I hear the birds chirping. And now it's not just the grass, but now there's a lot of mud, so I feel the mud in my toes, because I never wore shoes as a kid. So there's a lot of mud now on my feet, and I'm still just running around, laughing, dancing. And so the idea is that I've created this space where I felt safe and relaxed and positive. And there's no rhyme or reason, no formula. It's really letting your imagination go. Sometimes I did after a while still have to have some difficulty, and it sounds a lot easier. It's a lot easier said than done, because doing that for 5 to 10 minutes can be you're constantly searching for details. But the idea is that you're for that amount of time you're so focused on a positive feeling that when you're done in 5 to 10 minutes, your stress should reduce completely, and so your body then is therefore following. So, I hope that you would feel comfortable doing guided imagery after this, or suggesting this to a client in the future. I do have some resources at the bottom for some worksheets and some other spaces and worksheets and guides that I use to help develop this technique or this presentation. So thank you everyone for watching. Have a good night.